I'm sure you'll be side by side with me, because no matter what, you may be enjoying now, but tomorrow there may be dooms ahead of you, and your sadness may end up to be a situation where it will be too late. There's nothing you can do. As I said in Revelation, is it Revelation 12? Yeah, as I said in Revelation 12, the little book, you know, Revelation 10, the little book, a book that was eaten into the stomach. If you take something into your stomach and you are not careful that it is the right thing, and if let's say it's a poison, how are you going to take it out? If you get a message, you believe in something, you accept some God, and it is not the right God, how are you going to get it out? The Spirit will torment you, because the Spirit will hold you to the commitment that you made, the agreement that you made with Him from the very beginning, whether it's her or it's him, the commitment you make with whatever God or whatever goddess, So you hold you to it, and it's not easy. That will be your torment, your snare for the rest of your life. Are you willing to go through that? It's better that you know it first before you end up there. I ended up there, and I face my torment every day. I probably should stand in the pulpit somewhere, obedient, and getting so much money from innocent people who haven't got a clue. But I'm here using YouTube, financial reasons, and reaching out to you. You might disregard because it is not coming in a rich style or in sort of a very appealing way with so much gadgets and music and funny things, very, very nice presentation. So you might disregard it, but that you have yourself to blame. Logic means much more than foolishness. If some things are going on in a glittering manner with all the best and the fine presentation, and yet there isn't logic in it, and you are not recognizing that, why do you go for that? I mean, you should go for what makes logic, what makes your common sense click, not the things that might not click. I mean, you spending your time hearing Christ died for me. Oh, Muhammad says he's here to save you from what and present you to Allah. And you read all these things, or you go to Buddha, the works of Buddha, and you read it, and you're realizing that these things are still not making sense to you, and you are fighting for it to make sense, because some people are saying that it does make sense. You understand? And you are probably somebody who can read and you have wisdom, and it's not making sense to you. So you are going to give yourself in till they convince you to tell you why it is making sense. But it should make sense to you. If Allah or God or Jehovah or Buddha is a living God, He reaches out to them and made them understood. He can make you understand too, And keep your blind eyes from everybody. Try to not to focus on anything. Focus on the book and read and see if it makes sense to you. That is what I did. As I said, you step out of that religion a while. If you want, you're not supposed to do it permanently. You just do it a while and see if you will go back. Because when you're out for a while, you cut off from music, you cut off from any distraction. You completely study in the book like you're studying any maths book or any biology book or whatever. How you study in your quiet time to achieve your degree in whatever. You're doing the same thing here. And you will clearly see, you clearly see the picture that I'm trying to say to you. Because you will see the shape of the book. You will see the whole storyline, how it's going, where the story is going, where it's coming from. You see whether they are coordinating, whether they are working together, whether they are harmonious, they're following each other. You will see all that. It will be clear. You see whether it is round or square or whatever. Just as they went out of the moon, they went into space and they saw that the earth was actually round. So all the other theories that suggested that it was square and spherical was all disregarded. Because now they have hard evidence, a picture showing the earth to be round. A rounded figure. So that's how it is. If they hadn't gone out there, take that few moments to design something that would take them up into the sky, man would never be able to solidly have the evidence, the true evidence to prove his theory that the earth was round. They would have come with all the mathematical things, fine, but there will still have been doubts, because seeing is believing. Actually, it had a very value and a strong basis of when it comes to evidential presentations. So when that happens, it makes it more solid that the earth is actually round. What we were working or calculating is fine. So people base it and hold on to that. So basically what I'm saying here is we're reading the whole of Deuteronomy. We stick to Deuteronomy. In Deuteronomy 18, share a new prophet. The Levites share a new prophet is coming. The prophets, the Levites is in some way. The Levites were also part of the Jewish groups. They were sharing some message of saying a new prophet was coming. That's what the whole topic is about. If we go to 11, it reveals or one who conjures spells, or medium, or a spiritist, or one who calls up the dead. For all who do these things are an abomination to the Lord, and because of those abominations, the Lord your God drives them out from before you. You shall be blameless before the Lord your God. Because of all the abominations, God drive them from away from you. That's medium spiritualists, people who in the Christian sense is seen of worshiping something different from what Jehovah is to be worshipped, or the way by which Christians believe that God should be worshipped. Such people, God will drive them away. So it says in verse 11, or one who conjures spells, or medium, or spiritualist, or one who calls upon the dead. Today we have so many calling on the dead, isn't it? We are making saints of people. Wherever it is, people will, I don't know how they got that from. Maybe it's the scripture. I've not come across it yet. But it is the dead. If a man is dead, is dead. Why do you call on the dead? Somewhere in the book of Samuel, who was dead, ends up, his spirit was being called by, I think, Saul or something. Saul went to use a medium, spiritualist, people who are outside of the worship, the true worship. And every spiritual person, witch or wizard, they have spiritual insights and abilities. They cannot perform anything good, but their abilities can do all sort of magical things because they see things, and they can do tricks to make things work in certain ways that will make you convincingly think that it is real, it has happened. So if you go to see them, they're able to contact the spirit world. And that is what Saul did when he was finding tough times, and he had to call the spirit of Samuel, because Samuel wasn't there then. And it was like, he said, the high priest, the spirit came out and spoke. He said, what are you bothering me now? My soul is at rest. Whether it is another spirit that spoke, I don't know. But that picture is there. People calling on the dead. Today we have people raising up another people as being the saints of God because they believe that they live a righteous life. And after they've been dead and buried and sent to hell or whatever way, they have to raise, ritualistic going on in all forms of ways. But the Bible is speaking from the same angle. And people have disregarded this and still do the same thing. Then again, they are the elders. They have the money to back whatever they do, whether it is nonsense or it is not nonsense. They have the riches to back it, to promote themselves, to guide themselves, and to get whatever they want. So whatever they say becomes valuable. They've already get the money. They've already inherited so much, So that's the advantage that they have, but it does not necessarily mean they are doing the right thing. Even the church can acknowledge that. That's why most people have drifted away. The church is so much divided. Pentecost break away, all because of some people believe that it was not right for the things that is being done. Now, if you read on to, let's say, 18, it says, I will raise up for them the prophet like you from among them, their brethren, and will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak to them all that I command him. This is something comparable to a prophet, maybe we've seen as Jesus, one who speaks directly from God. That's the hope of a Jewish man looking at this text as a prophecy. In 19, it says, and it shall be that whoever will not hear my words, which he speaks in my name, I will require it of him. You see? So if you do not listen or you do not obey, there is a condition there, isn't it? There is a condition there. He's not going to let go easily. He's going to require it from you. Now, requiring something from you means that if you are stubborn and you are refusing me, God, I'm going to make you, I'm going to